I'm going to try to explain how I've successfully got all the wires working into my van here without buying a wiring harness. And the way I did that really was I downloaded this wiring diagram off the internet. I'm going to provide the link for it. So I was thinking that, I was just going to go buy the harness, but I said, what the heck, I'll just give it a go. So I'm going to go over the steps I used and how I got the harness going, because it really was a mess. I'm going to start with the turn signals. Now, I bought this turn signal kit. It was really cheap. In fact, it broke. That's why I have it zip tied on, but it does work. So what you need to do is, this is the wire that will go up into the here where if you had a normal turn signal indicator you could use, but mine didn't have it. So there's a wire that goes up, and I came down here and I cut it like right here. These were together and taped, these wires. Okay, they were all taped together and they hooked up to this. So I cut it, and then you had these wires hanging loose. So when you get the turn signal indicator, it's very simple. You can see here it shows like which wire goes where, which wire goes where. Now if you look here, the left front is yellow, left front. So the yellow one comes down, and it says in the big diagram that this is light blue, left front. So if you look here, here's the light blue right there, and the yellow is there. So you can see I put the yellow to it, and there's the light blue, and that should go right to the left front blinker according to this. So I'm going to turn the blinker on. The left front is on. And there's the left front blinker. So what you do is you just look at the box here, and you see every color where it goes, and you refer to your schematic here, and if you look at it closely, you'll see the color of every light and every other wire for that matter, and it's just, you just follow it. All right, so that's a turn signal. Now this right here, you can see this here, these are the wires that go back to the lights in the rear. See, now when I got the van, these were cut already, and there was like one wire hanging way up in there, and I couldn't get these wires to come down because I wanted to hook them up and match them up to the colors of these lights, which you'll find on here. So what I did was, in order to do it and get them thing, I'll show you. I'll come around back. Let's turn the lights on here. I went into the back of the truck, and I got back here and went up in here, and these are those same wires that I showed you. They come up along here and go to the back wires. Like, yeah, that's a tail light. That's a tail light. Anyway, in that schematic they're there. So what I did was I pulled these wires out, and I cut them here so I could pull the harness forward and fix it like I showed you down there. And then if this comes back, and then I splice them together, and I put the shrink wrap on them and solder them really well. So I was able to pull the wires down, hook them up. If you come back here now to the back, these are the same wires coming out. And how you can test it is, you look at your schematic. For example, here's a yellow wire. Here's a test light. If you see how it lights up? So you just do that for every light. And it's just slow, but I was able to see, here's the tail lights. Here's the plate light. This is just something I bought on the internet and put it in there. So it's kind of painstaking and slow, but if you take your time and you use this diagram, this is the front, here's the engine. That was the same thing with the engine. When I when I first, one of my earlier videos, I just hot wired it. You can see now that I've patched some of this stuff together. I replaced some wires, better wires, and I still have some more to do. I just replaced the regulator because it was charging too high at 16.5. And I replaced the regulator, now it's charging at 14.2. So my conclusion is, you can get it done if you take your time, use this, and you save, like, you know, $350 or whatever it costs for a wiring harness. But I was totally prepared to do that. I was totally prepared to put the wiring harness, but it worked out. It worked out. So give it a try, and if all else fails, use the wiring harness.